Monaco. How did it turn out? Was weather a factor? Did we see a safety car? That's all coming up on Post Checkered Flag. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this edition of Post Checkered Flag. Now, let's not waste any time. Let's get to the results. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, I actually did some practice runs for Monaco when that time comes, so let's just say I keep crashing. And I'll talk more about that when we get to it. So here we go. Here is your top 10. Your point scores for the 2021 Monaco Grand Prix. And boy, is it glad to see this classic race on the schedule. In 10th place scoring, well, this would have been their second points race of the season, but it's first for this guy from Alfa Romeo. Antonio Giovinazzi finishes in 10th. In 9th place, representing Renault, it's Esteban Ocon. In 8th place, another solid day for Lance Stroll. We'll get more about him in a moment. You guys probably know what I'm talking about here. In 7th place, probably his worst outing so far this season, Lewis Hamilton. In 6th place, another solid outing for Pierre Gasly. In 5th place, boy, great bounce back for Sebastian Vettel. His first points with Aston Martin. And boy, am I glad to see that. In 4th place, just barely missing the podium. Oh, that's brutal. Sergio Perez, but a really good day for him all around. Now the podium. In 3rd place, picking up his second podium of the season, both times being 3rd, Lando Norris. Man, Lando keeps getting 3rd place trophies all of a sudden, doesn't he? In 2nd place, his first points. His first podium in the Ferrari in his 2nd year in a row with at least one podium, Carlos Sainz. Boy, we may have to start calling Carlos Mr. Consistency. Because boy, wouldn't be shocking in the next few years. Hopefully, I wouldn't be shocked if he keeps this up. Ferrari may offer him a contract extension, keeping Mick at Haas. But we'll talk more about Haas in just a second. And in 1st place, Max Verstappen finally wins at Monaco. Whew. Boy, and I think this is the first, and for the first time since 2018, Red Bull had won Monaco. The last time they won at Monaco, this guy was the winner, and it remains today Daniel Ricciardo's last official win, and for the longest time, the last podium he got until this past season. Yeah, I think Monaco was the last time we saw a shoey before Eiffel and Imola. Well, Imola in this case. Whew. And to be honest, remember what I said at the top of the show when I talked about this? Well, there was no safety car. Yeah, we had a Monaco Grand Prix with no safety car. Not even a virtual one either. Jeez Louise, man. Of course, we had a DNS, and it belongs to the pole sitter. Ugh. And earlier, we saw the crash of qualifying, and I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be a gearbox change. Apparently, they said it was fine, but apparently it was a driving shift on his left tire in the back of the car that caused him to DNS. And to see him out there during the pre-race ceremonies, oh, that is brutal. And I guess when it comes to his home track, Charles has shit luck. Speaking of shit luck, let's talk about Mr. To Whom It May Concern, Valtteri Bottas here. Well, he was going for their pit stop in the pit lane. They couldn't get that one lug nut out. And I'm guessing that lug nut told Valtteri, to whom it may concern, fuck you. So pretty much putting Valtteri out of the race. But I guess this pretty much takes the whole Mercedes Red Bull equation out of the equation. I think some race fans are probably thankful for that. Lewis Hamilton, I had a feeling hadn't Charles not crashed, he probably would have gotten the pole, so we might have dodged the bullet. But overall, a pretty weak day for Lewis by his standards. But I'm pretty sure he'll find a way to bounce back at the next track. That's for sure. And while we're on the subject of pit stops, I guess we're going to have to talk about that TV director. Well, we're talking about this man. Well, apparently when Vettel was exiting from his pit stop, there was a race battle between Hamilton and Gasly. And we're going to see it. The TV director of Monaco said, nope, fuck you. You're seeing Lance Stroll jumping the chicane and hitting the wall. Like, really? I know it's a different TV director, but come on. Why do you have to give us the middle finger salute to see that? Just to see Lance Stroll hit the wall and bounced off the chicane. Come on. That is so fucking cheap. And if that wasn't bad enough, they were about to show it. They were going to show it via, I think it was Gasly's car. Guess what happened? They said, nope, fuck you again. Instead, we're going to see Sergio Perez making the pit stop. Like, what the hell? I think F1 media is going to have to talk to them saying, okay, we'll take care of it. We don't want to see this shit happening again. And let's talk about the Haas's. Shall we? Mick Schumacher finishing in 18th. Hang on, let me double check my notes just to be sure. Yep, he finished 18th by default because he had had a lot of engine issues, which apparently was fixed, but apparently I had a feeling something was up, and I'll talk more about his engineer in just a second. But we gotta have to talk about his teammate, Nikita Mazepin. And I'll be honest, he was actually decent. I heard people saying he's actually pretty okay when it comes to street courses, which makes me think he's probably going to do pretty well. Although, to be fair, to be honest with you, they better check Mazepin's car for possible engine problems between now until the next race, because Lord knows how close his car was to getting the same engine problem that Mick had. And I know people are going to say, oh, there was an order saying to stay behind Mazepin. Yes, that was kind of scummy. But on the other hand, I'm guessing they told him to do that just to protect the engine. Mick's engine. Because the last thing a team who has limited resources that is clearly tanking this season just so they can get ready for the new regulations, the last thing they need is a blown engine. And that's all I have to say at this time. Overall, Mazepin was actually pretty decent. He didn't crash, which is surprising most people. But now, guess where they're heading to next? They're heading to arguably my least favorite track. My least favorite track, I'm going to choose Grosjean because it's Indy 500. They're heading to Baku. Azerbaijan is next. And honestly, if you thought the racing makes me kind of nervous, because this is easily the worst, mainly for that castle portion. All right, see you guys in a few weeks for the post-checker flag regarding the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And let this be, I'm hoping this year's race is the last one in Azerbaijan.